Let's check out Vinnie live at the Baked Potato. We're going to listen to the whole thing first. I'm going to try not to interrupt it, and then we're going to go back through this song, and I'm going to talk about some of the stuff, and hopefully we can glean some of the stuff from what we're hearing. But this is an exercise in critical listening, so let's listen first. Vinnie on drums. Greg Dyson on keys. Michael Landau on guitar. Nice. Abe Laboriel Sr. on the bass. Abe Laboriel Jr. is a fantastic player, by the way. Check him out. Okay, so we're in 7. Think. Yeah, we're in 7. Head of the tune right here. That's a classic Vinnie right here. money. Smiling at it. Keyboard player's gotta wipe his face. It's too sick. Getting nauseated over there. Guy in the crowd just died. What are the lights keep? The owner turned the lights on. He's like, this band's gotta go. They're too good. Okay. A little double bass, double time. Let him cook. Let him cook. Head of the tune sounds like. Yeah, just casually reach down and adjust your snare. What a jerk. Get him. Oh! Ow! That same guy died again. Get him! I need some water. That guy in the audience is dead. The owner's trying to stop the recording. He's like, we have to stop them, I'm going to turn the lights on. This must stop. So that's the most important part of critical listening, is actually listening. That's why you don't hear me saying too much. Couple comments, but it's more like we're just listening as friends and kind of cheering them on, right? Now let's go back and actually listen to some things. I marked down some points that I wanted to come back to, and in particular is the intro, right? So Vinnie, just got done like changing his tire or something. I don't know. He went and got something to drink, just casually walks up and blows everybody's mind. Abe Laboriel Sr. is a fantastic bass player, by the way. Go listen to Abe Laboriel Jr., incredible drummer. I first heard him on a Vanessa Carlton album, but he's played with Sting, he's played with Imogene, he's played with Paul McCartney for many, many years. Crazy. And his background vocals are awesome too. Incredible drummer, but his dad, incredible bass player, like world class. So let's check this. All right, so Vinnie comes in here and he plays around with the time up front. So we're in 7. So he's implying a double time here. Okay, right there. Okay, so he starts, and this will be a recurring theme. Once they settle into the groove, it's this dotted 8th note that they play around with, and you'll see that Vinnie kind of latches on to that and uses that as a basis to move from a lot. But let's hear it. This is the first time that he starts using it. So 3/16 notes time. So still messing around with the time. Doesn't want you to know it's in 7. Okay. So now they've kind of settled into a 7 groove, but all the way to that cymbal crash, it even ended, I think, on the upbeat. Yeah. So really working to disguise what time we're in here at the head of the tune, or at the intro. Okay, so here's the official groove right here. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what's happening on that hi-hat? We're gonna have that come back on the ride cymbal in just a second. So these are some. That's a kind of a classic Vinnie flam, and there's another point where he uses those flams. It was like the 235 mark, I think I put down. Yeah, right there. Black to black to black. So like a same-handed flam accent in between the hi-hat and the snare. Real classic Vinnie flam action happening there. All right, so check out this ride cymbal belt. Okay, so the groove is goon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, goon, 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 back, goon, back, goon, goon, back. He's playing around. You'll hear him play around with that dun, 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 that rhythm, and I'll point that out for several times. But let's listen to what the ride cymbal bell is doing here. He does this on tons of pop songs. He does it so much that I would dare say this is a Vinnieism. Like, you need to understand this. When he's in odd time signatures, he does this. It normalizes the time for everyone, and I think it actually has a large part to do with how he thinks about odd time. I don't know. I've never spoken to him about this, obviously, but many times. So the song's in, I would call it 7/8. I don't have the chart, but I call it 7/8. And he's thinking of this almost in 2-bar phrases. Like the groove is a 1-bar phrase, but whenever he phrases over the bar line, and what he does is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 1 comes on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So every other measure, the ride cymbal is kind of on the upbeat, and the first measure is on the downbeat. But it's a 2-bar loop in the ride cymbal. But that bass drum and snare, back. So listen to the ride cymbal bell pattern. He does it all throughout this. He did it on the hi-hat earlier. It's a quarter note accent pattern. Here we go. 4 flams. Hear it? Double time. So we've already seen him disguise the time multiple ways, by using the dotted eighth note, by using double time, by phrasing over the bar line with his ride cymbal bell. Back at the intro, we were implying kind of that dotted eighth note feel after the double time. So check this out, and then we're going to go right here. That's a theme like throughout the song. So go back over here. Blat, right? Those like same hand flam accents, but he's accenting what? The dotted eighth note. What's the groove? Goom, skabas, goom, goom, bat. It's bas, da, da, da. It's accenting that dotted eighth note. He's hanging, I would say, hanging your hat, giving you something to hang your hat on. That's what he's hanging his hat on. So many times with odd time signatures, if we would just start thinking in these phrases instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, it's much more musical. We're able to phrase over the bar and still keep where we are. Let's listen to one more place where he uses these. Okay, hear that? Jag, 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 jag. He's still phrasing off that dotted eighth. Right there. Seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, we got to talk about that. Come on, we got to talk about that. So what happened there? We got to listen to what happened. Something happened to piano that caused him to do that. Hear those triplets? Okay, listen to what the piano just did. Ba, 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 ba. So you hear those triplets on the piano? Ba, 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 ba. Goo, 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 ba, ba. Okay, first of all, those are triplets going underneath what's happening here, which is amazing to be able to do that, right? Go, go, ba, ba, go, go, ba. That pattern that he just played, do, do, ba, ba, kick, kick, snare, snare, that pattern actually recurs multiple times in this song, played eighth notes, played quarter notes, played whatever. But there he was playing the triplets. Now listen what else he implies the triplets again, but it was directly from what was happening in the piano. That's why he linked onto that, I think. Triplets. More trips. Cuckoo back, cuckoo back. Now remember, going back to that dotted eighth note pattern that they're kind of playing around with that helps disguise the time, as well as Vinnie playing over the bar line with his quarter note accents that makes it a 2-bar time. Still in 7, but again, it disguises while the underlying groove is in 7/8. We got this ride cymbal pattern that's kind of in 7/4, but we're also playing around with these dotted eighth notes. Listen what he does here. Shut up. Okay, so in that ride cymbal bell pattern, we have a dotted eighth note pattern, which is going to resolve if we do maths, right? If we do math, that's going to resolve every 3 measures. But the pattern underneath, he's playing, right? He's playing in 7 underneath. So just listen to how that sounds. He's implying time here. He's playing over the bar line. But he's not implying time with the entire groove. He's just hitting that bell, and he's doing it so strongly that it really lends your ear to it and kind of begins to disguise some things. Snares on 3. It's very hard to do. There's that pattern. Goo 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 bat bat goo goo bat bat. He played that in the triplets, didn't he? You're like, Steven, you're just no, listen to things that recur in a song. I get so excited about him. He did it with triplets earlier. Now he's goo goo bat bat goo goo. It is a theme that he's coming back to. Music has themes. That is again. Okay, I want to point that out after that drum fill, which is great. But listen, watch how he comes back in there and how solid that right hand comes to the entire time he's playing. Watch how solid that right hand is. Boom, boom, boom. He's leaving it there. This means something. We got to have like weight behind us, and pathways of motion are a very good way to keep you in time. But you can tell he's anchoring things for the band. He's anchoring it right there. Now watch how solidly he comes back in from this drum fill and like boom lands that hand there, and it stays there for a second. Check that out. Did you see it? And he just is right there. He leaves it there for a second, and then he's back into the pattern. Had some patterns right here I wanted to check out. Oh yes, it hurts us. Blata, 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 right? Okay, look, Hertas, again, we have that dotted eighth note rhythm. Ba, ba, ba. Hertas, da, 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 da. Hertas lay very, very well over triplets or a 3-note pattern. Well, what else is a 3-note pattern? 3/16 notes. 3 triplets, 3/16 notes. So we can play that pattern over 3/16 notes or a dotted eighth note, and it lays very evenly. So knowing that a same hand flam accent is 3 notes, and I can play that lays evenly. Knowing that like a Swiss Army triplet is 3 notes, I can play that. Knowing that a Herta could take up 3-note space, a bluster could do the same. Like understanding these basic components, then you can plug them in when you have these little chunks, and they're playing around with this dotted eighth note pattern. So listen to those Hertas one more time. 2. Right there. Earlier I mentioned that this video was sponsored and made possible by Sweetwater and Atom Audio. So now I just want to take a second. We actually got these units in right before the last drum camp of this year. I have an engineer come in, we have a recording day, it's super fun, we just hang out and eat and everybody records a song. The engineer was able to set these up before that, and I gotta tell you, the difference in sound that these made was quite incredible. For the past few years I've been using a pair of Rocket 5s in here, and they're great, they're great, they got the job done. But when we hooked these up, it was incredible, the sound and the bass response that they had. Everybody that walked in to hear their session and their recording were just going, whoa, those things sound amazing. These are the Atom Audio A7V 7-inch powered 2-way studio monitors. It's got the newly designed 7-inch woofer, it's DSP bass tuning, and then Atom Audio's game-changing XART ribbon tweeters. If you're looking for high-end sound at an affordable price when it comes to studio monitors, you should definitely look into a pair of these. Great for home recording studios studios, great for small studios, great for large studios. All the links are below in the video description if you want to go check out the details and see a little bit more about them. Going back to how solidly he plays that ride cymbal pattern, in this section, sometimes it pays to look at how a player is leaning into something that they're playing. Look how he leans into this ride cymbal and how it attaches. It solidifies the groove and everybody's kind of hanging on that. Listen to this. Right here. That hand. That pathway of motion. His head. Everybody. Look at everybody. Really important to notice how solidly he's leaning on that and pushing to that whenever he's playing. And a lot of them hanging their hat on that. It's kind of become a recurring theme in this. That dotted eighth note pattern has become a recurring theme. The ga-ga-ba-ba recurring theme. Use of patterns that amplify that dotted eighth note pattern, like Hertz's and same hand flam accents and those types of things. You got to check out this interplay between the piano and the drums right here. It's just killing it. Listen to his ride cymbal bell and how it's connecting with what's happening. Okay, so do you hear what is happening in the piano right there? His ride cymbal locks into kind of what's happening with the piano. Then the piano starts suggesting triplets, and so at the end you hear Vinnie play some triplets. Get into their mindset. What are they hearing? What are they listening to? Why are they playing what they're playing? Why are they reacting that way? All we can make are assumptions. I'm not the player. I'm not there. I didn't talk to Vinnie about this, and chances are he forgot that gig anyway, unless he watched back to it, right? Because he's played a million since then. But it helps us to observe what's going on. Okay, this pattern that we heard earlier is coming up again, but now he uses it to displace it to 6. I think let's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at it. Look at that. Look at the keyboard player turn around, look at him like, okay, I see you. So he's playing 6 over 7. Geez, look at piano player. Piano player's wiping his head so he doesn't throw up. Watch this piano player smiling. Vinnie's like, yeah, we're in 6 for a second. So another example of that pattern, he played in triplets earlier. He played it with eighth notes, I think, earlier. Now he's playing it again in eighth notes, but he's using it to imply a 6/8 time. Same type of pattern that will recur throughout the tune. Going to this double time right here, which is really hip. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, cha-cha-ba-cha-cha-cha-cha. So this shuffle pattern. That's not double time, it's a shuffle pattern. Let's listen to it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got a shuffle pattern. That ain't double time. Triplets. Okay, right here, there's a lot going on right here. I'm sorry, we're going to have to stop it. Right about the 6-minute mark, he's got some triplet displacements going on there. So he's going into a shuffle pattern. I think it's based off of the dotted eighth note again. I think that's where we're basing that. I have to go back and listen closer, and that would take a little bit longer. But let's check out the triplet displacement right here. Triplet, triplet, triplet. So another thing you can do with 7/8 is, right, for every 2 eighth notes, there's 3 triplets. So for 7/8, that leaves you 3 sets of triplets, but then you have 1 eighth note. But if you phrase that, as we've seen kind of throughout, if you're thinking about that in 2-bar phrases, you now have 7/4, and then you have an even number of eighth notes. You can begin to subdivide triplets off of there. But that was a really hip triplet displacement you did there. And then, what was that double time train beat? Where was it? Yeah. I mean, come on. Oh. He still keeps that right hand going. Okay, look at what he's doing with his left hand in this train. His left hand is not going right, left, right, left, right, left. It's playing doubles over there, which allows him to then intersperse that kick in there and keep the accent going in the right hand. Watch. I think he's playing 3 notes notes right there, but watch when he interplaces the kick right here. Right? Come on. Do the thing. Right there. Shut it. He's playing that same pattern, but his hand can still play that, so it's uninterrupted. That's super good. Here's this pattern again. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That pattern again. He's playing in 7 now. There's a point over here where he implied 4/4. Where was that? 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. First 2 measures were in 7, then he went to 4. Now, here's the deal. You need to understand, besides implied time and actual metric modulation would be we went to 4/4 in the chart. He's implying it while everybody else is playing 7. He's implying this 4/4 time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and 2. And you see how he just naturally went into it because that he's been establishing that quarter note pulse on everything throughout the song. So it gives him a lot of room to grow from and to dig from, as well as that displacement we heard with the shuffle that I think was based off the dotted eighth note. He grew into that. He's morphing around these themes that he's set up. The other displace it, goon, goon, ba, ba, goon, goon. But we heard him do it in triplets. We heard him do it in eighth notes. We heard him displace it to 6/8. Then he took it to 7 using the same licks. You see these recurring themes? This interplay with the bass player right here is just crazy good. Watch his face. See how close he's watching him? So not only ears, but eyes. Killer. Helps when you have a bass player like that. Here we go. Here's that theme again. Okay, listen. So the bass sets it up this time. Listen, he sets it up, and then Vinny's goon, goon, bat, bat. Listen to it. Bat, bat, bat. You hear these musicians establishing themes, referring to themes, theme and variations. It comes up over and over in this song. We got the double time here with double bass. Got to bring that in. Start this. All right, so when he starts this solo, he starts it out by giving space, disguising the time. He's got some quarter note triplets that happen here. When we get into this, they play the head. Triplet, triplet. Hear that space? All right, this is something that we don't use enough white space, but you'll see how they've been playing tons of notes, and now we play the head again, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and now it's like a drum outro, and he's going to cue everybody to end the tune, if I'm remembering. And so on this, he's setting it up with space. How does he do that? Quarter note triplets, it seems like he started using those. And then listen to the space he's still using. And then the solo is just flams. There's a guy dying. He's dead. He's died twice in this game. That's amazing. Another guy died. Oh, God. It's so good, I can't stop it. Give him the business, Vinny. Give him the business. One more thing. Let's point out this last thing here. He's going to cue the band with snare hits. See the piano player look back at him? He's looking for that cue. Look. Bop. Everybody down together. So We had the head of the tune, then we go into a drum outro where they're doing a vamp, and then they're doing those hits. They go into those hits, and then he's cueing the band out. Zat, da, 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 bow, and they're out. An amazing performance.